ومن قمة المليار متابع مرة تانية، لكن المرة دي هنتكلم شوية عن المغامرة وروح المغامرة والقدرة على ان احنا نعمل حاجة مش بس غريبة، انما فيها كم كبير جدا من الادرينالين والمغامرة الكبيرة جدا. معايا هيكون ضيفي يان روس. Jan, I'll be speaking with you English directly now. Why did you do it? Why you do this? Why you do this adventure? I'm not gonna say it's a stunt. It's a very planned and very controlled environment that you work in. But why this adventure and adrenaline?
Why slacklining? I think it's because the way I'm coming from Estonia, like in a small place, and I had really not much people around to play with. So I was more into like solo sports always, like parkour, free running, and then that's where I started actually kind of transferring to slacklining when I first time saw on YouTube first videos of slacklining. I was like, wow, this is cool, you know, challenging just by having a balance. Often we think ourselves like, oh, we don't have enough balance to do something, but here it's like, okay, let's try to walk on a line which is like 5 centimeters wide, but while I'm walking in the sky between, like, for example, Jumeirah Emirate Towers, it's even thinner, it's 2 centimeters wide only. So, and then let's do more steps, and can I reach the end, you know, the goal, because my goal is to reach the end, and how many steps it takes me, how many tries, how many fails. And
So how many steps did you take to walk that stack?
I think 100 meters, it's around 200 steps
200 steps.
when walking carefully. Yes, one way, 200 steps. So
Yeah. It happened that this walk happened on your birthday.
exactly.
Is that a present for yourself, or it was just coming out like that?
I think I like to work on the birthday. I'm used to it. So and when I heard that it will be on my birthday, I didn't say it to anyone right away. I kept it. Yes, this is a perfect day. I'm available, and what a way to remember the birthday, right?
It is. It's
Yeah.
a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You had a lot of walks in your life as a career and as a professional career. What was the best view that you have? One of the best. Talk us about the few of the best that you had.
Yeah, I would say that every project, every walk is unique in on its own way. Like here in Dubai, it's like on the right side, I had the Museum of the Future, like, and then on the left side, I see the Burj Khalifa. Like, it's such a nice view. But for example, from the last summer, I was walking 3.6 kilometers long slackline, the longest slackline ever, from mainland of Italy to Sicily Island, and it took me 3 hours.
3 hours to walk 3.6 kilometers.
Exactly.
And how was that? What was
Demanding.
feeling? Yeah. What is feeling? That's the goal to achieve. You're saying that this is something that you would like to reach the end and the goal of it.
Yeah, the feeling was scary in the beginning, and not scary in terms of the length so much, because I had to obviously to prepare physically to longer distance, but the time pressure, that's what also scares a lot. Like 3 hours just balancing on the tiny line, and it feels a lot, especially in the heat when it's hot. But at the same time, I try to compare it to something else. For example, if I'm being on social media, sometimes the time flies by like 3 hours. So probably the walking is not so bad.
And that takes me to the social media. How do you find social media for you working out? Is it something that you always keep looking for to be on social media? And how does it affect the adventure you'd love to plan and the project you love to plan every time?
Social media, of course, because the slacklining is not just a sport; it's also an entertainment world, and you know we try to find what works best for the audience. And with slackline as being so spectacular and a niche sport at the same time, I can see on the social media what works best in terms for the performance, what tricks are you know cool to see for the audience. So while I'm performing the slackline, so it's like action reaction works in a way.
So do you think that social media is giving you a push? You are asked or demanded to do harder projects, or they would like to see a better view? How does it come to you?
It's like also the communication platform, I would say. People commenting like, okay, what's next? You know, and then they propose some locations directly.
Do you take them? Do you take
And
the
then it's like,
advice?
yeah, I do take, and then I see, because I don't know all the places in the world,
Mm.
and that's how a lot of cool projects are actually also coming in life,
Mhm.
by just combination of many brains, and that's actually powerful, super powerful tool to be like to keep eye what's happening.
Mhm. All right. So social media and walking the line, as you say, and your personal life. How can you do this balance between three of them?
The way I do it, I'm living in a remote area in the forest,
Mhm.
so I'm fine to be alone there for a long period of time because I have a connection, obviously, with the world
All right.
online. But it means that I can actually practice and train alone by myself over there,
Mhm.
prepare it for a long period of time, for a month, 2 months, maybe a couple of years, so the social media, the outside world doesn't know what I'm doing. And then when I'm ready to release it,
You're ready
it's-
for it.
I'm ready for it.
How long did it take you to plan this project today in that you had a couple of days ago in Dubai?
I think since the first moment, like half a year, coming here, checking the location, like where I can set up the slackline, what kind of slackline material I will use, and do I need to prepare something at home, like to test it, and then pack the gear, be ready to fly, and set it up with it. Of course, not alone, with a team,
Mhm.
experienced team of people.
For you, what's the hardest thing that you face? What's the hardest obstacle? Is it the weather, the conditions that you're walking in, or it's Jan himself? It's you. What's the hardest obstacle that you can face?
Um, two things, of course. Yeah, weather, but I can't do anything about the weather. I can only forecast and kind of choose the right moment to do it.
Mhm.
If I can't choose the day, because 11 January is important, we started 1 p.m. the walk.
Mhm.
Maybe we can delay a bit because of the strong winds, but it also depends on my skill set. And other things, like my personal, is probably the mental preparedness, like the self-doubt we have, like, can I do it? Shall I do it? Like, it feels scary.
You ask
but
yourself every time, can you do
Yeah,
it? Is
well-
is that a real question that you ask yourself every time you try to do the walk? Do you ask yourself, can I do it?
yeah, am I prepared enough for it? Is it everything safe? Like, because I'm involved in the rigging as well, so
Mm.
every detail, and with the people, are the people I'm working with, because that's also it's important that they know what they're doing,
Mm.
around us. So if anything happens, are they able to to act? And so it's like always,
Have you ever said no?
no. If I feel like there's a good couple percent of success, let's find out the rest.
Okay, that's it. But let's ask you, what's next? Yeah, that's exactly about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
What's next? This adventure is not spontaneous, so it's planned. So what's next?
Yeah. It's scary to think, but I like not to spoil it, because along the way, over a period of time of planning, the idea, if I say it today, it might be different at the end, and I'm not sure about
If we
it
can
yet.
have just a glimpse. Will it be
Damn, it's so hard. It will.
so hard?
Yeah, so hard to. I think it's also really hard to something to keep working on a long period
So,
of time, not
not
spoiling
what's
it.
next. What's the place that you would love to walk over?
Antarctica. Then I can call that slackline Yantarctica.
Antarctica.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time. It's really good, and I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And good luck with your next adventure. Although I would love to know where is it. Thank you.
Thank you.